Hello everybody and welcome to QEC. So right now is a great time to be covering the subject of an advanced ancient global civilization. If you haven't already, there's a couple of things that I suggest you catch up on if you are interested in this subject. So first of all is Graham Hancock's new series on Netflix called Ancient Apocalypse. And secondly is Joe Rogan's latest podcast with Graham Hancock and Randall Colson on Spotify. This is exactly what we need right now to raise awareness about this subject. I have been researching and interested in this topic for years now, and it is great to see Graham finally getting the recognition he is deserving of for his great work over the past 30 years as a journalist. In this video, I will be focusing on a couple of points raised by Graham in Ancient Apocalypse, and in particular the places in the world that join the dots to what I believe, along with many others, is a lost advanced ancient global civilization, much older than what is recognised by the mainstream views. I'll be focusing on the Derinkuyu in Turkey and the Giza Plateau in Egypt. The reason why I have chosen these two sites for this particular video to cover is they both have extensive and ancient underground networks of tunnels and chambers. But if you do your research, then you'll quickly find out that globally there has been extensive underground constructions, and I have the feeling that this is the fact that these civilizations were a lot older than what we actually think. And I believe that this could be the smoking gun evidence of a lost advanced global civilization that dates back to the last ice age. And the reason for their construction was to survive a global cataclysm occurring on the surface rather than just to avoid invading armies. So, as always, what do you guys think so far? Leave the comments below and I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get into it. So, Derinkuyu is an ancient multi-level underground city in Turkey, extending to a depth of approximately 85 meters, 279 feet. It is large enough to have sheltered as many as 20,000 people, together with their livestock and food stores. It is the largest excavated underground city in Turkey. It is one of around 200 underground complexes found throughout Turkey. And Graham also mentioned in his Ancient Apocalypse and the podcast of Joe Rogan that there is in fact an 8-kilometre tunnel that links Derinkuyu to another city, all underground. Incredible. There is no real date for the construction, only speculation, as they only have ever dated what is found inside or the first documented accounts of people using the underground city as a place of refuge. No one has actually claimed to have been the builders or the construction of this amazing structure. So how old do you think it could be? Let me know in your comments below. My personal opinion is that it's a lot older than the mainstream think, and it dates back to at least 10,000 years ago. And also with the discovery of Göbekli Tepe recently, that is way older than mainstream archaeologists would like it to be, there is no reason not to think Derinkuyu could be of similar age. So let's now take a look at the Giza Plateau in Egypt. It is not very well known or common knowledge to most people that there are extensive and ancient underground structures that span the Giza Plateau. They are multi-leveled and most have been closed to the public. The Osiris shaft is one that is better known, but is still not open to the public. It is open to private hire, but it's quite expensive, so most people wouldn't have the option. Inside there are tunnels and shafts. In the bottom third level, there had supposedly never been excavated, but this is debatable as there are accounts, photos and videos of them being partially excavated when it was emptied of water in the past. Now it is impossible due to the fact that it is filled with water. But why are the Egyptian archaeologists not exploring this more? Strange. I'll leave that for you to give your opinion on in the comments below. So let's move on to level 2 of the Osiris shaft. There is 2 massive basalt sarcophagi in 2 of the chambers. They were found with skeletal remains inside which have since been removed for research. The lowest level also has a sarcophagus which is estimated to weigh 12 tons. It is amazing to think how they were able to get these inside the shaft in the first place. We also have the subterranean chamber below the Great Pyramid, which is much older than the pyramid that is built on top of the chamber, with a deep shaft that is at least 18 meters deep and is likely to connect to other tunnels and shafts but has never been excavated. Ben from Uncharted X has done a great video on this. I'll put the link in the description below. Also, if you take a look at Brian Forrester's YouTube channel, you'll find many videos of multiple shafts and entrances that are locked or blocked off to the public across the Giza Plateau. So this causes us to think, first of all, why is this not a priority to excavate? It seems a bit strange that they are aware of more but refuse to excavate. Maybe it is because it doesn't fit with the commonly accepted timeline or history of Egypt. Once again, let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, Ben from Uncharted X, along with Yusuf, shows something that I've never seen before on the Giza Plateau. There is holes or gaps in the causeway from the pyramids towards the Sphinx, which sand and debris has been falling into for thousands of years and is still not full. So there must be a massive void under the causeway. This is amazing, and there is definitely something huge underneath, but what could it be? A hidden temple, perhaps? Why is this not being excavated also? This should be a priority in my opinion. So, I have just focused on 2 very interesting sites from around the world in this video. But what is fascinating is when you start to look into underground structures, you will quickly realize they are everywhere. And even underneath some or even most of our modern day cities. Paris and London are great examples of this. And there are even more documented, but as far as I know, have never been excavated, like here in China. Whilst I was researching, I found out from a newspaper back in 1952 that states there is a huge and ancient city somewhere in the Andes in Peru. I'll be looking to do a video on this in the future. Let me know in the comments if you think that would be a good video idea. So today, to summarize this video, what I'm trying to get at is that I think that there is evidence for a lost global civilization that is way older than what we are told by the mainstream. And one of the reasons why they built extensively underground is because they lived in the times of a global cataclysm and were thinking of self-preservation and were smart and advanced enough to build underground cities, in some cases able to house up to 20,000 people, fully self-sufficient cities sealed from the surface. That in itself is absolutely incredible. And I believe the more we start looking, and if we were allowed to excavate more, for example in Egypt, then we would get even more evidence and proof to support this hypothesis. As always, everybody, thank you very much for supporting this channel. We are new and still growing and need all the support we can get. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. And share with anyone you think would be interested in our content. Thank you very much and see you next time. QEC.